But this Monday, you want to kick it off. We're going to talk about top 247 receiver and one of the best receivers in the country. That is Carnell Tate. And you told me that Tennessee is not done kicking the tires on the Ohio State commit.
Well, there's been some rumors over the past few weeks and really, throughout the recruiting process that Carnell Tate likes Tennessee. The Volunteers sent him an official scholarship offer. A lot of schools did as well. But talking with some different people familiar with that recruitment, I think the Tennessee stuff has some footing. Now, does that mean Carnell's wavering on his pledge to the Ohio State Buckeyes? No. I saw him on Saturday, asked him if he's going to take any visits, and he said, nothing's set up, nothing's planned. I'm focused on my senior season at IMG Academy. But I do think there are some people inside his camp that are somewhat not intrigued by the Volunteers, but like the Volunteers and like what Tennessee brings to the table. So I think if there's one school that has a chance at potentially flipping Carnell Tate from Ohio State, it's Tennessee. And that's a place he's visited a bunch. He's familiar with Nico Iamaleava. So Tennessee, definitely think there is some footing there with the Volunteers and Carnell Tate. Does that mean he visits? I don't know, but I know that they have been in contact, and obviously Tennessee is doing an excellent job on the recruiting trail here in the class of 2023.
Not too much of a surprise when this came down to the decision the first time. Carnell Tate, as we go back and kind of look at it from 30,000 feet, was torn between Tennessee and Ohio State. Tennessee sitting now with the number 11 class in the 24/7 Sports Composite Team rankings. They're doing a heck of a job. You talked about Nico Iamaleava, certainly enticing, one of the best players in the country and a 5-star at that. But Drew, let's stay in the state of Florida. Brandon Inniss, another Ohio State commit, along with Mark Fletcher, both of those guys from American Heritage. You got to see them this weekend. Both of them committed to the Ohio State Buckeyes, but that's not preventing Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes from coming after him.
Yeah, I don't think Miami's going to let up here with Brandon Inniss or Mark Fletcher. Like I said with Carnell Tate, Tennessee's the team to watch if he were to open things back up or potentially look around. With Mark Fletcher and Brandon Inniss, I think Miami is the one that has the best chance out of anyone to flip them from Ohio State. Talking with some people close to Brandon Inniss, this is a kid that kind of grew up liking the Hurricanes. I don't want to say he's a fan or anything, but I think he's always had and been attracted to what is going on in Coral Gables. Miami, Mario Cristobal, Josh Gaddis, they're looking for a premier elite wide receiver. And from what I've heard, they're not going to slow down. I mean, they're going to keep trying to chip away at Hakeem Williams, who we'll get to here in a second. They also like Jurion Dickey, but the kid right in their backyard that they're after hard is Brandon Inniss. Now with Mark Fletcher, he's a guy that when he picked Ohio State back in April, Miami still wasn't kind of all in on him. I think that coaching staff was still figuring out their running back board. And that's one of the reasons why Mark Fletcher went ahead and picked the Buckeyes in Ohio State, because Ryan Danco wanted Mark Fletcher at the moment. Since then, Miami has kind of changed their tone on him. They moved him up the board. And I'll say this with Mark Fletcher, one thing you got to know is his dad is a big